Good evening, race fans. Good evening, world. It's Marky B here, aka the Gr4, welcoming you along to Gen X Racing once again. And tonight it is season 14, round 2 of our Gr4 90-mile challenge, coming to you live and direct from the Nurburgring in Germany. The Grand Prix layout, thank Christ, will be here all night. And we have 29 laps, taking us to a distance of 92.8 miles. There's no minimum tyre stint or pit window this evening, as the weather setting is R05. So, bit rainy, bit dry, bit rainy, bit dry. Should be interesting from a strategy point of view. All of the compounds are available, and there are no mandatory tyres because of the reasons I've just stated. And we're in the afternoon, the time dilation is ×1. So, racing for you this evening. We have Murdoch in the Sylvia, in the Love Machine. Once more. We have Dan East in the McGann. We have Cassini in the AMG. Lovely stuff. Whippy Sausage in the Lambo, which I think should, when it gets really wet, should have a big advantage. But we shall find out. Well, not Whippy Sausage. Service Engine in his Catmobile. Excuse me, the Suzuki Swift, lovely stuff. Sorry, just missed Clockwork, I think, who's jumped up to 5th. In the Lambo as well, Darley Boy in the AMG. We've New Boy, Reggie. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining us in the Renault Megane. Lovely stuff. We have Scarlet. Sorry, frog in my throat now. In the Supra, we have Pagoli in... I think he's in the Alpha. It's the pimped Alpha again. Yep, there it is. Excuse me, West Coast Customs. And Orca in the Corvette. Lovely. So just 11 tonight, but all good, all good. And we've got Murdoch leading the way currently. And joining me on the stream is everybody's favourite person from, I say the Isle of Sheppey, but maybe Kent. Who knows? His reach may go that far. It's Splatter. Good evening, Rob.
Good evening, Mark, and good evening to our bunch of rain-afflicted racing reprobates.
Nice. Okay. Did you just come up with that one?
I had to concentrate to say that without sort of, stuttering. It's quite difficult for me to get all those R's out.
Okay, beautiful stuff. Well, if anyone is watching and could just say, yes, we can hear you, that'd be great, because I've had an absolute disaster with my new set. We're up to 166 subscribers. Get in.
I have just put that in the chat, Mark. You're coming through loud and clear.
Super stuff. Super stuff. So if you do join us, I appreciate it's a bank holiday and all that. You've probably got a million things better to do, but
we clearly haven't.
You could join. We definitely haven't. So this is the best possible thing I could be doing at the moment. So yes, lovely stuff. So do get involved. Do say hello. I'm not sure. I don't think Justin's with us this evening, so I don't think Driver of the Day will be running. Sadly, I can never access the bloody thing anyway. But because my phone does, I'm on an Android phone and it does something stupid, and I get a 403 error every time I try and go onto the sites. But never mind. So I was thinking that probably because I think we only got the Lambos, which are the four-wheel drive cars, running this evening, but I thought they would have a massive advantage, but it doesn't seem to be the case so far. We've got Whippy Sausage and Clockwork, I think, it seems to be the front-wheel drive car. Oh no, Murdoch's in her rear wheel. Dan's front
The Lambo,
wheel.
even being four-wheel drive, though, is notoriously squirrely regardless, at least in my experience. So I don't know if that sort of counters for the benefits of the four-wheel drive.
Well, I think actually, because looking at the track at the moment, it's not that wet. I wonder if it absolutely canes down, if then it will come into its own, it will have a massive advantage.
So Whippy and Clockwork in the Lambos.
I think that's it. I don't think we've got anyone else. Oh no, we've got the Alpha 155.
Oh yes, the launch of the Startmobile.
Yeah, the Alpha 155, but that's it. There's no Veyrons. There's no G70s. Pagoli.
Oh, thank you. Oh yes.
In the livery which divided our opinions last Monday.
Well, we never agree with anything anyway, so Let's just stick to form.
And why would we want to?
Exactly.
Where's the fun in that?
Speaking of fun, I'm looking forward to this one now, given we've got this randomish weather element, or random rain element.
I always think it's better than having, absolutely monsoon conditions, because you get this whole strategy bit. It's drying out. When do you switch to slicks? Do you switch to slicks? That's that whole piece, and it's enormous fun, especially for those watching.
It's that that potential unknown for you could be halfway round a lap and be needing to change your tyres and then be absolutely screwed. And do you come in early? Do you try and anticipate the weather if it's actually going to come down? Do you all those kind of things come into play, and it stops it from being just it can be a procession.
Who can keep it on track? Yeah, exactly.
So,
but
fingers crossed for some shenanigans.
So we got Murdoch, who's only 0.16 ahead now. See, this is where the rear-wheel drive cars are suddenly coming into their own now. The track's drying out. Look, it's nearly bone dry where Scarlet is. And
this is the thing, again with wet races is keeping it on a dry line, but obviously avoiding the curbs because.
Oh, they're absolutely leave. And coming out of the pits as well when you go to slicks.
Oh, yes, of course, the pits.
Especially like the Red Bull Ring is absolutely notorious for it. But
Murdoch having a little bit of a twitch just to prove the point.
Okay,
good, nicely held, sir.
So far, Whippy Sausage has just gone off. Bad luck, sir. I hope Tom sorted his settings out on his controller, so if he wants to join the chat, we can actually hear him this evening, because he's gamefully joined about 2 or 3 times. We couldn't hear a bloody word because he hadn't put the flick share chat or whatever it is on what's it.
Just having a look at Scarlet in third as it stands at the moment on quali times, running the intermediates for 5 laps, and they are looking pretty knackered.
Oh God, they are as well, aren't they?
Track. Which is interesting.
That's definitely Slicksville though now, isn't it? And it's under that lower bar.
I think he was trying to go in the pits and he's missed it.
Well, you can just sort of control exit and then jump back in.
Back it up. Look over your shoulder.
Slowest engine is just. How far? Look, he's out on the softs, so the first of the soft runners. Daz just got 1.6 faster than him. Slowest engine was 1.2 faster than everyone.
Can we see anyone running radar?
Yeah, let's just have a quick picture. That's a good point.
You'll only be able to tell on the stream, I think. All I'm getting is track maps.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm hoping that we're going to have, I don't know, it'd be kind of nice to have a dry start and then an absolute deluge a few laps in. And then another big deluge later on. So that would kind of make my evening, frankly. Probably ruin everybody else's, but...
I'm hoping for snow. And just a random tornado that comes through,
Okay. Hurricane splatter.
Yes.
It just lifts the car. I think Dan did a bunny hop actually earlier. I think there must have been something on the track and his car just shot in the air, which was amusing. But I think someone did that on the Thursday as well, I'm pretty sure. God just jumps up in the air. I do like it because some of the graphics look absolutely fantastic, but when things like that happen and the car just jumps in the air, it looks absolutely bloody ridiculous.
Yeah. So we've got a few people who have decided to stick with their times on Inters.
Sitting in
the pits, Scarlett being one. We are on the last lap of quali, so who's going to make a move at this late stage?
I do wonder if, say, Murdoch's just 1.1 behind now, slowest engine 0.666. Behind Murdoch.
Simon the Devil.
Well, his livery does look like a witch's familiar, doesn't it? So, yeah, I think maybe he's in league. Maybe some soul selling has been going on. Hasn't helped his broadband a lot, but who knows? He had a great finish, a great second, didn't he, last week on the Monday? Okay, so Murdoch is 0.1 up.
Rich has just made a couple of places up. Well done.
Excellent stuff. New boy this evening. Well done.
Who is left? So Whippy Sausage still going.
And of course, Justin, our team principal. If you are listening, mate, do get in touch and say hello.
Yep, second that.
Okay, so Murdoch has this won't be improving his time because he's got a penalty. He did improve his time. Wouldn't have been enough, as Dan has just absolutely nailed a lap by the look of it.
That's everyone, I think.
205.9. Oh, it would have been fast enough. 205.6. But sadly not with the penalty. Ouch. Okay, so is everyone done?
Everyone is done and dusted, kippers and custard.
Excuse me? Done and dusted, kippers and custard? What on the earth is that all about? That is the most random thing I think you've ever said to me. Obviously, I don't. Obviously, you might have form in this sort of area, but no, absolutely not a clue what on earth you were banging on about there, mate. If there's some explanation, perhaps you'd like to. Oh, okay. So it was just complete.
It's just random nonsense.
Random nonsense. Okay, excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Okay, so our starting lineup this evening. GNX Racing Gr4 90 Mile Challenge Season 14 Round 2. And on pole we have Dan in the McGann. Dan in the McGann. Should we call it the Madan? Yes. Dan McGann. There we go. On a 205.9. In second, we have Murdoch in the Nissan Silvia at 206.9. In third, slowest engine. Another great showing from the boy from South Wales, who lives there anyway. This is Suzuki Swift Sport at 207.5. In fourth, it's Cassini in the SLS at 208.2. In fifth, Dolly Boy in the SLS. Close between those two this evening, 209.0. In sixth, it's Clockwork in the Lambo Hurricane at 209.3. In seventh, Scale in the Toyota Supra at 209.8. In eighth, it's Orca in the Chevrolet Corvette at 210.1. Sorry, excuse me. In ninth, it's New Boy Renchi. Also in the Ray McGann at 210.2. Lovely stuff, and welcome aboard, my friend. In 10th, Whippy Sausage in the Lambo at 210.6. And 11th, Bigoli in the Alpha 155 at 211.0. Bit unexpected to see the two four-wheel drive so far down. But I think, as we said, if it gets really wet, they will come into their own for sure.
And just watch them at the start.
Yeah, well, the Alpha, particularly, as we know, as long as the track's dry, it's going to be it will be away. But I suppose even when it's a bit damp, yeah. Well, we've seen that before. The likes of like Johnny Mackers, I remember flying through the field. Hello, Johnny, if you're watching.
Let's see what the weather radar is doing.
Yes. Although is it an hour before? So
it's an hour before, but it gives you a rough indication of what could be coming up. Oh, there was. Oh, yes, there is.
Oh, there is. Are you committing?
Let's watch it cycle through. Let's watch it cycle through again.
Okay, so
can I go 50-50? Can I phone a friend? Ask the audience?
No.
What, because I haven't got any friends? You bastard.
You said that, not me.
I'm just preempting you. There is some weather, but it's sort of split across the circuit. It's sort of segued and like the Red Sea. Can't tell if it's going to hit or not, but it looks like it's going to be a dry start at least to begin with.
It's funny you mentioned that because I watched the last, I think, half an hour of the Ten Commandments yesterday with Charlton Heston,
Oh,
which happened to be on the box, and I always watched it because it's evening, Andy. The I think it was in the 1950s or something, and the effects have not aged well. Effectively, when he parted the Red Sea, so I always watch it just for that because it's so funny.
were you feeling in some sort of repentant mood given the time of year and watching that? Or?
Oh no, not at all, not at all. No, I'm a complete atheist. And yes, good evening, Tom. Good luck, my friend. Yes, no, nothing like that. God, no. God, repent. The end is nigh. That sort of thing. No, I'd rather sort of meet my maker and say, well, yeah, I had quite a good laugh though. If there is such a thing.
I'm of the opinion I was unaware of my own existence for 4.5 billion years, and I was born, and I'll go back to that afterwards. I'm not going to know anything about it. I'm not going to, I wasn't sitting there going, "Oh, I'm bored. I wish I was born now." I was just born. I was alive, and once I'm dead, that's it.
Here come the lights. You're born, you live, you die. That's what you're saying, basically.
Right. We're getting a bit theological for a Monday evening, aren't we? Sorry.
Okay, look at Cassini. Rockets off the line there. Beautiful. And it's sort of a half-damp track, so inters are probably going to be employed. Yeah, okay. Cassini's dropped back a bit there. So Murdoch happened to first. We have Dan in second.
Bigoli got a very good launch in 8th place, but he's on the softs, and it's intermediate territory. He's on the softs. He's taken a gamble, and he's struggling already.
He really has. Well, fair enough.
Whippy Sausage was the same.
Fair enough.
As was Andy. Oh, the racing soft boys are going to be really, really finding this painful. And
but for how long? Because I don't know. I think it's quite a long pit stop, isn't it? Because you come in off the back straight, you go round the top, and then down virtually the whole start-finish straight before you come out again. So it's probably like a 40-second.
But look at this way. Darlow Boy and the racing soft runners are already 20 seconds behind the leader.
Okay, yeah, I hadn't seen that. Good point, well made. And of course they have a very light fuel load to start on, don't they? Is it 60% or 50%? I'll double check because it's definitely down from last season, which was 60, I think. Championships. There we go. 50. Yeah. So they only start with half a tank.
Oh, Murdoch's making a move on Dan, but Dan's got the inside line coming up to the chicane. Is he going to switch back through? No, Dan holds it nice and tight.
Beautiful line held through there.
He knows what he's doing. And Cassini is looking to get in on this as well. Who's going to get the better exit coming out of the turn into the straights? Murdoch in the slip.
But this is totally not what I expected to see. At the top bit of the field from a wet start. I was absolutely expecting to have the Lambos, the Alpha, all the way up there. It just seems that they've maybe made kind of the wrong call.
Murdoch's held it nicely, but then he's coming straight back. Or was there a little bit of a tap? Not sure. Oh, Dan's taken a little bit wide.
Oh, Murdoch's absolutely drifting his Sylvia through the right-hander there. Beautiful stuff.
It's turned into a touring car.
It absolutely has, hasn't it? This is fantastic stuff.
And Darlow Boy has decided to pit.
Has he?
He's decided to pit.
Wow.
Yeah, he's not going to hold out for those. And he's picked up a 3-second penalty as well. Oh no!
Well, that's not going to help.
That's not helping his cause at all. Whippy Sausage and Bigoli are sticking with
seeing
It's
how
not
quickly
drying out quick enough.
Well, I don't know. I think if you've done 2 laps, another 2 laps, then it will be fine. I think the slicks will be fine.
But 40
I mean, obviously
seconds.
you're going to drop back, but
I kind of feel like the front runners, they're going to know the same fact as well. It's going to get dry. They're going to have that time in the bank to change and still come out ahead.
Walker's up into 6th now. Beautiful stuff on the
could be wrong.
You see the row of 4 exhaust pipes at the back of the Chevy there, the Corvette. You go down the corner, 4 exhaust pipes there, poking out the bottom.
Well, it's the American ethos, isn't it? More! I want more, damn it! Why have 1 when you can have 5?
Quite so. Okay.
Wrenchy and Clockwork coming down the straight. Wrenchy was looking to make a move. He's going to try and take Clockwork maybe down into the first corner.
Chase cam.
It's braking late.
Braked very late. He's going on the.
He's held it. Is Clockwork going to switch back? I think he is, but Wrenchy's got the inside.
Wrenchy absolutely revving the living bejesus out of that mechanic.
And again,
trying to get his tyres to engage. What's he on? He's on the inters. Beautiful stuff.
So, Bigoli, Whippy Sausage, they are sticking with those softs. And as you'd expect, they haven't seen any tyre wear yet.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So Whippy Sausage this is just coming down to slick territory right now. So I'm wondering if Darlow Boy's going to be kicking himself a little bit.
Darlow Boy will be playing the long game with this.
But if he's on inters and the track dries out, he's not going to be able to. He won't be able to play the long game because his inters all.
Well, that's very true. Yes, up. I mean, actually, looking at them, they are already starting to fade. Yes, you're right.
I think he had to try something because he was so far back. But I just was wondering, sitting in the pits for.
Let's go up to the front. We have Murdoch and Dan still.
Nothing between them at all, is there?
I mean, he needs to buy Dan breakfast at the moment. He's, all over his rear end.
I think because of his Love Honey car, I think we were saying he was rimming him, wasn't he, on Monday?
Well, you said it on me. Oh, Dan's dipping into the pits. Early call from Mr. East.
Okay. That is an early call.
And it looks like he's the only one. Oh no, slow attention has followed suit. They've got to be careful. That pit lane exit is going to be slippery.
That is weird. I don't get that shout at all.
Are you dare questioning the genius of Mr. East?
Well, I don't know. Were his inters really knackered or something?
To be fair, yes. I mean, is the answer.
Because I wouldn't be changing right now. I'd be waiting maybe one or 2 more laps before going onto slicks, because the inters
coming out of the pits.
The inters aren't bad. So what is he, 7th? I think he's going to be a lot better off than the rear-wheel drive cars will be coming out of a wet pit lane, because he's front-wheel drive. He's on mediums.
So he's banking on there not being any changes to the weather.
He's filled up as well.
He's going for a long stint on mediums. Yeah, he's going for a long stint on mediums.
And sadly, we cannot see. We can see
is anyone on radar?
See Bigoli's brake balance, but sadly, that's the only thing we have, which is a bit
damn you,
frustrating.
GT7.
Quite so. But 11 watching. Thank you so much for joining. Do say hello in chat.
Yes, hello chat. Murdoch now 3 seconds out of the lead, scampering away. Cassini nicely behind, but he's got Scarlet for company.
and through he goes, and he's pulling away.
And shout out to the guy so far. I don't think, unless we've missed something, there's been any incidents, nothing at all, which, is tricky when you've got these varying conditions.
Yeah,
so fair play.
It's just going to be, we're going to be keeping everything crossed for when the rain comes again. Because I know it's a lot better than it used to be if you're on slicks and it starts raining, because it was virtually undrivable, like especially at Spa or something like that.
Yeah.
You're halfway round, it starts raining, you've got no chance.
Absolutely.
You can stick it on traction control 5, you can poodle it around as slowly as you like, but there's no point. You slip and slide everywhere. It's a lot better than it used to be now, so at least that shouldn't happen. But it's going to be interesting. I say, I'm just gutted we cannot see the weather radar.
Yeah.
So Cassini's still out on his inters, which are wearing fairly quickly, but still doing a reasonable job.
Yeah, check out Renchi in 6th, obviously running FF. His fronts are really starting to suffer, and he's been moving over into the wet lines to try and preserve them, but you'd think he must be coming in this lap to switch. It's certainly looking from all the moisture meters that the majority of the track is in the dry category now.
Well, the racing line definitely is, isn't it? And that's
the racing line definitely is.
That's where you want to be.
Curbs, even on the curbs, they're not looking that bad at the moment. They're only a little bit in the medium when people are hitting them. So, yeah, I think everyone's going to be coming in, you would think, this lap if they're not already on the softer compound. Yeah,
now's the time. As soon as it drops down below that line, or most of the track is below that line, that's when to come in. Or that's how my brain works on that particular front. So, yeah. Great showing from Renchi, our first showing from this chap. So, beautiful stuff.
Oh, and Darlo Boy bringing up the rear in 11th. Yep, you called it. His inter's not looking good. Yeah, he's unfortunately lost a whole pit stop window with this tyre choice.
Yeah, it was just a shame. I think he took a risk, but then I think coming in was probably the wrong thing to do. Even though he was so far back, I'd have just...
He took a gamble and it's not paid out for him.
Yeah, bad luck, Andy. Bad luck. Shame.
Indeed, Cassini and Clockwork both coming in side by side.
So Murdoch is staying out. Looks like he's going to see out his fuel. Just to the AMG complex, as is Scarlo now.
Scarlo as well.
And Orca all the way up into 3rd, doing a beautiful job.
Makes you wonder then, if they're going to be sticking out for another lap, are they going to try and do essentially what Dan is doing and do a very long middle stint by filling up to the max?
They have the advantage of being able to see the weather radar, and so it's absolutely impossible for us to call that. Although Dan has put on the mediums and filled up his tank, so we can only assume he can't see any weather.
He's just gone purple. So he's now putting the hammer down.
And he's up to 5th and 7th. Yeah, super stuff. So it's all just spread out a little bit. So that's down 5th, 6th, so that's 7th, 8th and 9th. Looks like there's a bit of a... Yeah, 7th, 8th and 9th. We've got Cassini now out on his softs.
This is almost working out. If the weather doesn't really change ostensibly too much, we don't get any more downpours. This would almost work like a fairly traditional race. You've done your 5 laps or 6 laps on your hards, which in this case is the wets.
The wets.
Dan is now doing his longer middle stint, and then maybe finish on the softs with a bit of a smash and dash.
Well, but we don't want that.
We don't want that. That's kind of my sort of gut feeling as to what I can see thus far, for what little it's worth. So Murdoch,
Okay,
Scarlet,
so we've got the top
all
three
into
in.
pits.
Yeah, the top three are in. So he's in fourth. Renchi is coming in as well. So is Dan going to go hurtling through? We got Murdoch, who's just refueling. What's he going to go on
Yeah,
to?
he's going to go through.
Dan is going through. Okay, so slowest engine is out on his softs. Beautiful. Murdoch is filled up, but look how cagey he is coming out of the pits.
I'll say, is anyone going to cane it coming out of the pits and then forget?
He was absolutely, you could see him feathering like hell there. But now, yeah, very crucially important you stick on the dry
Let's
bit.
watch the Corvette.
Where is he? Eighth. Is he coming out now?
No, he's sensible as well. That's good.
Well done, Orca. Beautiful stuff. I wonder if it's because the Red Bull ring absolutely seems to be the worst one in terms of
Yes.
but it always seems. But I wonder if it's because you go down the pit lane, you go up the hill, you turn right, and then you're still going uphill. You're almost going downhill when you're coming out of the Nurburgring GP configuration pit.
Could
So
well be.
you're lighting up the tyres a bit more. So could well be that.
Tyler Boy has come into the pits as well.
Oh dear! For his second pit stop, and he's on lap 7. Yowzers. Bad luck, mate. Yep. Yeah. Little wriggle of the steering wheel. Yeah, softly, catchy monkey. He's 122 down. Ouch.
Reasonably spread out now.
Little bunny hop from Darley Boy as he hits. Right, so Dan, even though I was not poo-pooing, but I was questioning his tactics, given pitting quite early, he is now nearly 7 seconds ahead. So the undercut was massive.
Certainly was, and there is. I mean, I'm trying to look at the weather for whatever it is. It's grey and it's murky. I can't see it getting any sort of grayer to indicate further rain on the horizon. And the track is now pretty much dry. Oh, there's a random cone in the middle of the track. Who put that there? Yeah,
I think there's one at the chicane at the far end as well. Someone did a bunny hop over it. Going back to the silly physics.
See, that'll just make my health and safety brain start to twitch now. Get someone out there in a high vis to get rid of it.
Absolutely.
Just make sure they've done a risk assessment.
Why are they not?
First.
Yes. Where's the yellow flag? They not realise
safety car.
People could be moderately injured.
Oh, slowest engine with the fastest lap at 2:07.5. He is running softs compared to Dan, who's running the mediums, but he's just gone purple, having done a 2:07.9.
Yeah, I think we can expect to see that happen over the next few laps, just as the track completely dries out, or
sure.
if it continues to do so. Because you've got some of the apexes are still a little bit damp by the look of it. Okay, but yeah, Dan's purple, I think.
Murdoch's purple. Literally. He's just gone purple, and he's got a purple car.
Yes, the purple-headed warrior.
Oh, I was waiting for you to say that. I thought, if you don't say it, I probably will. But I thought I'd give you the opportunity for once to lower the tone.
Yes, well, we'll have a bit of that, don't we? Oh dear.
It's just too easy, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, you got a car that colour with Love Honey plastered all over it. I mean, it's going to be one thing you think of, isn't it? So, fastest lap from Murdoch there, 2:06.1.
It's nearly taken a second off of it. He is flying.
So Dan he's extending his lead. putting away that quickly. Slowest engine is on softs versus his mediums, of course. And so where are we? Oh, this is coming through the AMG complex or whatever it's called.
I think another reason why Dan maybe is sticking with the mediums is, again, because he's running FF. And
longevity.
Those fronts, fronts are going to wear. And indeed, they are. The tops are off. Ooh. Look at slowest engine in second. Yeah, he's going to be suffering in a couple of laps' time on those.
But another great drive.
Absolutely.
And it looks like the front-wheel drive cars have really made a comeback in Group 4 because they used to be the absolute goats, didn't they? Sort of the Peugeot RCZ was virtually unbeatable in Group 4. And then they
Mazda 3.
Yeah, and then they've been in the wilderness a bit, and now they seem to be back. So that's lovely to see. Always good to have a lot of variety. Although Murdoch's desperately trying to show that the rear-wheel drive, I mean the Silvia, that was in the doldrums for ages, and has suddenly made a comeback, which is such a great car to drive.
Do we think slowest engine? Because he's going to be coming in, you would think maybe a couple of laps' time, ideally. That would be lap 11. Would he have enough to fuel to the end, or is that going to be pushing it?
I think he's going to have to go longer than that.
Because it was 50 litres, which was half a tank, and that got us to lap 7, I think. Great.
Okay.
So 16 for a full tank, 15, 16 for a full tank?
Maybe, but then I guess you have to throw a dice, don't you, on what's going to happen to the weather. You have to base it on what you can see.
I mean, they obviously can see more than we can.
Well, I don't know. I think I've got to be honest in saying I think if it did rain, I'd be happier driving a front-wheel drive car than a rear-wheel drive car.
Yep.
Well, four-wheel drive would be ultimately the one I'd want, but...
or an amphibious car, you know.
Yes, quite. Yes.
Haven't seen that in GT7 yet.
No. Strange though. Not so many underwater races.
No, the old Lotus Esprit from The Spy Who Loved Me with.
That'd be epic, wouldn't it? But I think I think there was some James Bond game where I'm pretty sure you actually drove that. I think it was PlayStation 3 or something. You did actually drive the Lotus Esprit and drove off the pier and down you went and took out submarines with a mine and stuff. I'm pretty sure.
Sounds awesome.
It was, yeah. Or did I dream it? And it's just a game waiting to be made. I don't know. But certainly a couple of things on games.
Game developers listening, there we go. That's
yeah, you can have that one for nothing.
Idea. Really? Oh no, get some royalties, mate. You know, you'll make a mint.
I think if anyone's listened and thought that's a great idea, they're hardly going to say, "Yes, we'd like to develop your idea. Would you like a lot of money?" Which
you know me, I'm ever the optimist. You know, I put my faith in people. It's naively as it is.
You're too sure of the milk of human kindness, which I'm not sure exists.
Well, I'm too gullible, is basically.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the other way of saying how I tried to delicately put that. So,
since when you ever delicate?
Oh,
it's like catchphrase.
Many moments.
So you see. We'll say what you mean.
So, more like it. Okay. So let's have a look. Dan is 9 seconds roughly ahead now. Murdoch is up into second. On his softs. We got slowest engine 2 back on now pretty worn softs, but still putting 207s, 208s, and Murdoch's done a 205. Crikey. Okay.
Yeah, and as we've said, or actually, well, I suppose you said, the four-wheel drive cars haven't really come to it, but how much of that is down to that bold call to stay out and start on the racing softs has played into that. Not sure, because Whippy Sausage, Begoli, 9th and 10th, looking comfortable in those mediums.
I think
where they can go a long stint for those, but they're not really making any headway.
No. I think it's just back to what we said, because I think when it's very wet, then yes, I think it makes a huge difference. So because we usually, this is kind of a rare race for us in that we have R05, which is, a bit of rain, a bit not, track dries out. When we usually have wet, it's usually R08, which then four-wheel drive makes a huge difference. And because I remember when we did I think it was round here actually, we did a Gr4 R08 race, and I was in the Lambo, and I was, I think, 2.5 seconds faster than anybody else in quali. So, I think it's the really wet conditions when it makes a massive difference.
Sure.
But it may still come to pass. It really may still come to pass.
Anyone on the chat wants to do a rain dance? Go.
Yes.
Ethnic, naked, and
any Native Americans who have a headset and a tomahawk and fancy waving that about, and love a bit of a rain dance, that'd be great.
Just please make sure your curtains are closed before the blue flashing lights come to take you away if you do decide to act on this
yes, indeed.
idea. So Cassini's just done his fastest lap.
Beautiful stuff, Bill. Well done.
But we'll probably be coming in a couple of laps, I would think, to change boots.
Yep.
Slowest engine, ditto. Those fronts.
We could do with a huge dump of rain, I think.
I'm so glad you said that.
About now.
Do with a huge dump.
I couldn't do with a huge dump personally. I'm all right for now. But
I'm grateful for you to share. But
splattering of rain would be good.
Hey. Don't use my name in vain. Or don't use my name in rain.
I used it in rain.
Oh, damn. Oh, thank you, chat. We're here all week. Which no one's thankful for.
Legends of the airwaves. We are not.
I think bellends of the airwaves, I think, is more appropriate, isn't it? Well, I speak for myself. You are a legend.
Yes, I always tell myself that, but I'm not sure I believe it. So you got Bugoli in. What is that? I need to have a closer look at this. It intrigues me, that livery. It's absolutely fantastic. It must have taken an absolute bloody age to do that.
What's interesting to me is that if you look at the rear view, it looks like he's duct taped up the back. It's just like 4 pieces of, just...
Oh, yeah. He's gone to all that effort and then just put duct tape up there, haven't he? Okay, Christian. Lovely. So Darley boy is 134 back, 10 behind Bugoli. Will be desperately trying. He's out on his mediums, so he's going long.
He's not going to be enjoying himself much out there today, I don't think.
Well, I think Andy's his own worst critic, so we'll be having some harsh words with himself later, I'm sure. But hey, he made a bold call at the beginning, which didn't pay off.
Yes.
This one, the safe thing to do would have been to start on inters, and he'd have been fine. But arguably he's a long way back, so he wanted to make a decision which would potentially thrust him up the field a bit more. But hasn't quite paid off. But great shout to try something different for sure.
So Dan is now, I think, struggling a little bit on those mediums. Just a little.
Yeah, they haven't lasted very long, have they?
No, they haven't. I mean, they've
so you were absolutely right.
Quicker than I thought.
What's he doing? Did he stop on lap 4? So yes. So 1, 2, 3.
That's surprising because I really expected him to go
8 laps. Christ,
yeah,
and then he'd gone.
I expected him to go very long on these mediums.
Yeah. Well, so is he going to need to do hards to finish? If there's no additional weather, of course.
Where's the ABS? Interesting strategy, Con. Let's see if it pays out for him, because that would definitely be an example of that. I mean, yeah, it's not like he can go and do another set of mediums. That won't be enough.
It almost looked like he was short shifting there as well. Yeah.
I think he is, just to save the tyres maybe a little bit. It can't be for fuel because he's got plenty of that.
Okay, well, I don't know why I bother commenting on Dan's strategy and making any sort of comment at all. He knows far better than me what he's doing. So we will let him crack on.
You can make that argument for us in general. It's like, why do we bother commentating on anything? Because we don't really know half the time and have no idea.
Well, that's true, but then occasionally I come out with something and I think, where did that come from? That actually sounded like I vaguely knew what I was talking about. Dan said it once. Dan said it once as well. He was on
a coherent sentence.
Yes,
and it makes sense.
It was something. Where was it? We were at Interlagos, and it was a night race. And I said something in chat. I was surprised to see Dan use his hards now when it's sort of post midnight, so the track's really cool, and he'll be getting no grip at all. He actually dropped me a DM and said, I felt like such an idiot after you'd said that. I was like, wow. Even my usual thing, even the blind squirrel finds the occasional nut. But Murdoch is definitely putting in. He was sort of 9 ahead. Now he's only 5 and a bit.
But look at those tyres.
Look at the tyres. His front and backs are not great.
But it's
purple.
Again, it's interesting, that comparison, the fact that he was out, I think, one lap after Dan pitting.
Yeah, 1 or 2, wasn't it?
Softs, yeah. And yet their tyre wear on the fronts is it's identical.
But different compounds, so...
But that's what I mean. It's identical, but they're different compounds. That's exactly the point.
You'd expect it, yeah. You expect the softs to maybe be not quite so.
We expect the mediums to last longer than this.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so slowest engines fronts have nearly gone, so he will be stopping very shortly. 15 to go after this one.
Dan goes around for another go, but he's definitely he's short shifting. And that must just be for tyres.
Is that tyres?
That must just be for tyres.
Or do you think he's trying to eke out...
Well, the fuel, so we can take a long... Actually,
well, maybe he's going to finish on softs. He wants to go... Or maybe he wants to sort of go for 19, 20 laps on his mediums to lap 19 or 20, and then... But I can't see softs lasting, but maybe that's what he's going to need to do to get another set of mediums out. I don't know.
I'm wondering if you're right, actually, with the call on hards. Maybe he's short shifting to save this... Well, no, he's got enough. He could pit in the next lap, and I think he'd have enough fuel to run to the end. It's just whatever tyre compound he's on, but the hards surely have to be the way to go.
I would have thought so.
Mediums won't last.
No. Although he's done...
That's fascinating.
What has he done, 11 now? Because he stopped on lap 4, didn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
So this is lap 11. But maybe he is trying to do that so he can finish on mediums. Maybe he's just trying to eke out the fuel another 5 laps or so. I don't know. Well, anyway, we'll find out. Let's have a look and see what everyone else is doing. Murdoch picks up a penalty. Bad luck, Sunshine.
Slowest engine. Those softs are not looking good.
No.
But again, could he finish on the mediums? He's running FF as well. He's going to have the same issue potentially.
Let's see, when did he stop? So he's done quite a few laps. He's done probably 10.
This next set of pit stops is going to be really interesting.
Well, it's going to be crucial, isn't it? I think it's going to decide the race for sure. And then who knows what Mother Nature has in store for us.
That'd be lovely. Everyone pits for their fresh rubber, and then suddenly
tips it down,
pisses it down. Oh, come on, rain gods!
Yeah, that's what we want.
Show us the way.
Hey, come on!
For any of the indigenous population watching, I
apologise. Yes, I do apologise.
Slightly stereotypical.
Pale face speak with forked tongue and all that. So, sorry about that. So Spinny must be coming in now. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, yeah, he's no way. His times were dropping off to such an extent. He had absolutely no choice at all. So let's see where that leaves Cassini. Whose tyres are also absolutely rinsed. We've got no Nicky tonight.
No, isn't he doing Group 3 now?
He usually does everything, though, doesn't he?
Does he? Oh, yeah, good point.
Dan does one.
Maybe he was.
So no, because James has decided to do Group 3.
Oh, is it James who decided? Right,
Nicky usually does absolutely everything.
And he's good in the rain, isn't he? He's normally one of the rain masters.
He is, but I think that's the controller thing helps him enormously there, because he just any snap oversteer, you just wallop controller across the other side and you're through. Not that trying to belittle his efforts, of course, but that would be my take on.
Belittle away. Slowest engine, though, being the first out of the pits, he has come out to finish on mediums. That you think he's going to go to the end on those, barring any.
He's filled up again,
weather.
Isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's going to be.
So
doing this last stint on mediums.
He's absolutely going to be hoping. Well, as is everyone, I think, that there's no additional precipitation. Shall we say?
Interesting. Clockwork in 9th on the four-wheel drive Lambo has come back out on softs. So he's just finished a set of softs, and he's come back out on them again. Which I think is a brave move, because he's going to have to pit again.
He's never getting 11 out of those, is he?
So.
Has he seen something? Has he seen some yellow rain or something? Not yellow.
I think if you see it on the radar, there's no point in pitting to go onto softs just to then pit in a lap's time to go onto.
Well, no. But if it's like 50 miles out or something, and he had to pit anyway, I don't know.
I think that'd be a brave call. You'd want to see if there's an indication of what that weather's really doing, if it's going to settle or if it's just a little blip. But who knows?
Sure. So your whippy sausage on the mediums and about a quarter of a tank left. We have slowest engine now out on his new boots and a full tank. New boy Redchi in the McGann.
Oh, having a look at Orca, because Orca's Corvette is struggling a bit there to get the power down. Always soft and not looking good. So Renchi in the tow.
Orca's going on a defensive line down the right hand side.
Renchi will be going for the switcheroo.
Switcheroo. Yeah, great job from Orca there. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done that much better, to be fair.
Well, it must be hard to slow down that bit. That can't be an easy one to turn the dime.
Well, I think he, because he drove the Viper in Group 4 and Group 3 last season, the Corvette must seem like an absolute dream.
Yes.
Because they are terrible. I don't, because Nicky really liked the Viper, the Group 3 Viper, and I was just like, oh my God. I was driving it, there was a Viper thing at Daytona Road. I braked exactly where I always brake in every other Group 3 car. I went hurtling head first into the barrier. It was absolutely no brakes at all.
Yeah, it's
terrible. Absolutely awful. But okay.
Question for you. So on the rear right flank of where are we? Orca's car.
Orca, right.
We have AM.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
We also have AM on Murdoch's car in exactly the same place. So this is obviously in reference to something or meaning something. Do you have any idea what this is in reference to?
The only thing I can think it is because this happens in ACC. So there's AM and Pro. And then for the Pro, there's different sort of bronze, silver, gold.
Right.
That's the only thing I can think it is.
So is it the racing equivalent of? Is it the racing equivalent of bronze swimming certificate and the silver swimming certificate?
It's like a golf handicap. Sort of thing. I think it's almost like your driver rating.
Just a handicap.
Yeah, just So, something like that, Rob. Yes, but I couldn't possibly comment. But yes, so that's the only thing I can think is a Pro is from ACC, and maybe it's a GT3 thing, GT3, GT4 thing. I'm not sure. But that's the only time I've seen it before.
No,
And you're absolutely right, because I did see that earlier, and I thought, oh, that's weird, because you get it in GT7. But okay.
But frankly, Mark, that is an example of how you've said something sensible. Makes sense.
Well, I think I have.
It's
probably absolute nonsense. But we will ask the guy. Dad's 33 seconds ahead, so Scarlett has stopped. Dad's still going on those mediums. No wonder he's 33 seconds ahead.
But he's coming in this lap, so he will be.
I think that's
dropping
wise.
down a place or two, possibly. I think.
So okay, let's have a look at Scarlett. Is okay.
Through.
He will be needs
Maybe
to stop
not.
again for fuel.
Yeah,
he will be. Where's Murdoch? This is the Murdoch's windscreen wipers are on. I hate to get excited, as I always do when I see windscreen wipers on, but
I can't even speak properly.
I can't even talk.
The excitement's unbearable.
Windscreen wipers.
I prefer windscreen wipers.
Yeah. So, but they see it's only sporadic, unfortunately.
So Scarlett coming around that final corner. Oh yes, I can see the rain coming. I can see that the rain is coming down. It's coming down quite hard.
Dad is thinking, shit.
Can he change his buttons quick enough?
I wonder what he's going to come out with. If he comes out on inters or something, what's he going to come out on?
Let's have a look. He's coming out on another set of mediums.
And it's tipping down.
We called it.
Oh my God.
And the moisture meter is already in inter territory.
Absolutely, yes, rocketed. Oh
yes.
My goodness me! What's Renchi going to come out? This is
come on!
This is it. Look at it come! Look at it come down now!
It's absolutely. Dan would be kicking himself if only he'd waited just a few seconds more.
One lap.
Well, not even that.
He couldn't do another lap,
as
did he?
Came into the pits.
Yeah.
He could have literally sort of gone.
He must have been able to see the weather radar, though. He must have seen that coming. So maybe this is just a risky thing. He's just like, right, okay, well, it's a very
anyone's
short.
Coming to the pits now is going to be, they're going to be quids in. We've got Renchi in the pits, Orca, Whippy Sausage, all coming in the pits.
This is
switching to those inters.
Look how slow his engine's going round that corner.
They're going to be.
It's comedically slow.
This is going to be putting all the pussies amongst the pigeons now. Sky spun out of the lead.
Oh, what a big up he did. Here comes Dad. Wallop. Oh, crikey. I think.
Well avoided.
Yeah, well done. Dad's through.
Scarlett's again gone. That's it.
Absolutely.
Turn your traction control on, man, if you haven't already.
Massively. He's got it on.
Whack it up to 5.
Get off the grass.
Squirreling around as well. Cassini out on the inters. He's made the good call.
It looks like a very short.
I think he must have pitted a lap earlier on those inters because he's already got a bit of the tops off. I think this is a genius call by Cassini. I think he saw this coming.
Everyone should have seen it coming, really. But it doesn't seem to be raining anymore, rather disappointingly. So we've got 10 laps to go after this lap, and you've got Cassini. I'd be amazed if his inters are going to last.
You have to drive to the conditions, don't you? Do you remember that? It was that famous Ayrton Senna Formula 1 race at Donington, where he beat like 4 people on the first lap, or overtook 4 people on the first lap.
Right.
Because it was Prost, I think. He made some like 5 or 6 pit stops because he just kept on pitting according to the conditions, whether it was raining or whether it was drying up, and just kept on swapping over the tyres according to the conditions. I'm not saying he did fantastic because obviously Ayrton Senna won, but I think that's kind of what you have to do. Is you've got to be on the right tyres for the right conditions, which sounds like an obvious thing.
But it's going to be interesting to see, because I have to ask Dan, did you see that there must have been yellow rain or something, because it was absolutely tipping it down. Did you see it? And it must have been thought, right, no, okay, it's only a short short bit of
yeah.
rain, so I'm going to stick with my guns, go on mediums, and I'm just going to have to manage it because he's 11 seconds ahead of Murdoch now. I mean, Murdoch's not really pulling in.
It may well have been that people looked at it and thought, well, it's not necessarily going to hit because it was such a small burst.
Yeah.
A small heavy burst, and they thought, we'll just bank on it not actually hitting.
But now you've got Murdoch on the slicks. You've got Cassini on inters, who's right up his chuff now.
And it's going to go straight.
He's got to make hay while the sun shines, because I don't think while the rain rains. Sorry, it doesn't. Sun shining doesn't seem particularly apt. But he needs to make the most of his tyres while they last.
Having said that, the track is already drying quite quickly. Looking at Dan up front, he's tickling the top, or the lowest bar on the moisture meter.
But look how fast Cassini's going away from Murdoch. He only overtook him one corner ago, and now he's nearly 2 seconds ahead, and he's 2 seconds closer to Dan as well. So this is wow. Is there another twist at the end of this?
Give it another half a lap. I think Murdoch could be pulling him back in at a rate of knots once those softs start working on this drying track.
Indeed. Good evening, Fast Ginger. Search for those wet spots. Yes. You should come on. You should come on comms with us, mate. It's you seem to be of the right ilk. Well, it depends how aggressively you go at it, really, doesn't it, Fast Ginger? I mean, you might need to seek them out to cool down various bits and bobs, but anyway. Getting myself in trouble for unnecessary sexual innuendos. Good to see you along, Bill. Hope you're well. So Cassini's 6 bucks. Look at him. So we've got 8 laps to go after this one. We have Cassini, who... we've got Cassini, who is pulling in, although the tyre is something stabilised now on the back of Mr. East in first place. He could do another soaking, I think. Is the
Dan has, without sounding like a pun, he has weathered that particular storm. Quite literally. He's actually maintained the status quo pretty much. 6.5 seconds. It was, what was it previously before the drenching? It was about 7.5, 8 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just curious as to what Murdoch's gap to Cassini is. Yeah, he's starting to make
pull back in
now.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right, okay. So see how Wrenchy. So Wrenchy's to say, okay, well, even that. Okay, Wrenchy's on instance as well.
Oh, right. So now this is going to be...
And so is Orca.
Those instances are going to be fading so fast. Oh, I was a bit gutted for these chaps, because I really thought they'd have a chance to make a load of gains, but they're going to have to switch off of these inters at this rate.
Never say never, but...
unless there's any more rain coming
Unless there's more rain coming. Absolutely no idea.
Right, so...
This has been a great rain setting, actually, so far.
Yeah.
It's really worked out well. So
I think we should always have...
Yeah.
We should always have this as a rain setting.
RO5 or RO6, even if it's slightly more rain. I don't know. But it's worth playing around with these things, because I think it's a bit of a... finger in the air type thing with these things anyway, apart from RO8, which is always absolutely tipping down. But no, it's been a good fun one. Try and guess what's going to happen next, given we can't see the weather radar. It's been good fun. And it ain't over yet.
So now 8.5 seconds. Dan's gap up front.
Yeah, so, well, if there's no more rain, Dan's absolutely nailed this. So, beautiful stuff. It's can Cassini hold on, which I suspect he probably won't be able to. Look at the
No.
rate his inters are going off, but he should be good for third, I think. Because Renchi, who is in fourth, is 20 seconds back and is on the inters as well. So, and his slowest engine comes absolutely flying through from, what's that, 6th he's in at the moment? So 40 seconds back, which seems unlikely with 7.5 laps to go.
There I was questioning Dan myself again, saying he could have and should have come out on inters when that rain started coming down. I called it prematurely because he has just kept going on his mediums and seen that bit of bad weather out, and it's now paying off.
Indeed, lovely stuff. So
I don't think I didn't recognise you sniggering at my use of the word premature there.
Well, it was premature precipitation, I was thinking, and and then I thought, no, that's weak even for you. So, couldn't bring myself to say it, but I was crying inside, basically. So Cassini's coming in, so it doesn't look.
Cassini's pitting.
Okay, so this is a bold call, frankly, given that the guy behind him is on inters.
He's surely going to go on to softs for the final stints. Renchi joining suits. Oh, his inters are shagged.
So slowest engine. So Cassini, I guess, is not going to take on fuel. No, he's out on softs. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So he's got slowest engine coming through because his old buddy Walker, sorry. Oh, and he's got a 3-second penalty. He's coming out the pits as well, Cassini. No. Ouch. So Renchi and Scalia are in as well. Good grief.
Now, interestingly, Orca in 5th. He's got enough fuel to go to the end. Do you think he's going to try and go the rest of the race on these inters? Because he's going to lose too much now in the pits at this late stage.
Well, Whippy Sausage is on inters. Renchi's just changed, but he's a long way back. I would stick with him. I don't see what he's going to get from coming in and changing. Because he'll drop back. He'll be behind Whippy Sausage, probably behind Renchi. I don't see what he's got to gain. Cassini's... I didn't really get Cassini's move either, really. Because he has so long back to... and now he's got to pick 3-second penalty. Because obviously with the pit lane penalties on, you do have the risk of picking up a 3-second penalty, which translates to about 5-6 seconds lost on track.
Well, it's so easy on this track because your natural inclination is to move to the left to take that first, right-hander. But by going over to the left, you end up cutting across the pit lane, hence the penalty.
Yeah, well, here we go. We're just about to see how much time Cassini is going to lose with his 3-second penalty.
Well, so his engine's certainly going to go through. Bit of a wiggle.
Okay, so he's safe from Walker, but right, that is so expensive in terms of track time. Bad luck,
so
Bill.
Whippy Sausage and Orca now going to be having a time of it. Both still running on the inters. And Orca's coming in. That's, I suppose he feels like he's got to. But, those tyres will be absolutely dead. I suppose he feels he's got no choice. But you're right, he's not going to gain anything from this. It's going to be 45 seconds. It's going to be lost in the pits. How many seconds per lap?
Is it going to rain again? Is it going to rain again? Wouldn't that just be wonderful?
That would be delightful.
Wouldn't that just be a thing? So we've got Clockwork back in 9th.
Boy at the back, being flagged for being lapped. He won't be liking that one iota.
Goli is just serving a 3-second penalty. Well, Fast Ginger, if you remember correctly, the Suzuki was second last week, slowest engine. Did an absolute
it's those cat's eyes on the rear.
It's the cat's eyes, yes. Staring competition.
Just putting off the opposition. There was a poker player.
This is what he hasn't got the little pencil sharpener on the back.
Yeah, do you follow poker at all? Texas Hold'em?
No.
No. You know of it?
I'm aware there's a game called poker. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a World Championship, as these things that you'd expect. And a couple of decades ago, when I was interested, I watched the World Series, and they earn huge amounts of money from it, as you'd expect. It's millions of dollars worth of prize money. And the guy who won was this very sort of odd chap, and he had these glasses that had like refracted lenses and like that made it look like a dinosaur's eyes or a reptile's eyes or something. It was his way of putting off his opponents so they couldn't see,
My daughter had a
his
set
tells,
of
as it were.
swimming goggles like that. They were absolutely epic.
It certainly worked for him because he ended up winning the World Series. So
Because
some effect.
Victoria Corin Mitchell plays poker, doesn't she? Yeah, she.
My nerd crushes, or what do you want to call it? She's lovely.
Did you watch Only Connect?
I did once, but then I realised I was abysmally unintelligent, and
it's amazing how many you get right. To be fair, I've definitely beaten the nerds in a couple of the rounds. So, but
good for you.
she always looks spectacular, and she's absolutely mad as a March hare, which I always put a lot of stock in as well. So.
Well, for years I was always told I sound or am a bit like David Mitchell, and I was like, well, yeah, if only I could find another Victorian Corin, then I'd be happy with that particular comparison.
Okay. Not sure. Yeah, I'd necessarily agree with that, but a bit more nasally, potentially, because he does talk through his nose, doesn't he?
I thought you were saying about me. I was like, how dare you?
No, not you. You have a beautiful timbre.
I am a bit nasally, though.
Your beautiful Kentish timbre, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
So we got down in Thursby.
Sure there's you in there somewhere, isn't there?
You said it, not me. I had no aims in that particular direction. So, Murdoch
I'll tell you
second.
what, the man of the move is Renchi, who's now having a blinder race in fifth. This has worked out very well for him, finishing on his softs.
So we got Cassini, who's picked up another penalty.
Well.
Cassini for Renchi in fifth, but he's 20 seconds back though. Surely he's not going to make any headway on the back of Cassini and slow his engine. It's these two for the last on the podium, surely.
Yes, but I think Renchi will be thinking, fifth place on his first race in the new league.
Amen to that. Yeah.
And especially in that McGann as well, which is not exactly a rocket ship.
I think Dan probably suggests otherwise, but
well, it's only because he's an alien, and therefore it's got alien power and whatever he juicy pumps into it.
His dilithium crystals are primed.
Yes.
So Cassini, I think this is the race on track now. We've got Cassini desperately trying to get on the back of Slowest Engine after a couple of terrible penalties which he's picked up, one out of the pits and one just recently, so he's probably lost about 5-6 seconds of track time due to those. But hey, it's not easy.
Whippy sausage in his two fingers of fun, which is the first time we've made any kind of reference towards his fingers of fudge to this evening, which is does that show growth for us as a commentary team?
No, I think we probably did it to death. Where were we last week?
Interlagos?
It was Interlagos, wasn't it? Yes. I think we did a lot of that.
He's gone deep. He's gone deep with his two fingers.
His two fingers are deep.
He's held it nicely. He's taken Orca.
Oh, beautiful stuff.
But Orca's going to come again with the little switchback. I don't think he can make it work at the moment. No. Whippy Sausage just held it. Well done.
Lovely stuff.
Shout out to Scala in 8th. He was running a nice race, and then those 3 spins and trip into the kitty later, they really didn't help him when he was caught on the wrong tyres in the weather.
I don't know what you'd have done differently there. Maybe traction control would have been a consideration, but it looked like he had traction control on, so it's a tail happy car anyway, the Supra.
Yes.
And the physics, I think, he's beautifully demonstrated there by Scully as he puts it sideways coming out of the hairpin. Not sure there's a lot more he could have done, but he was on the grass. It was soaking wet. It was absolutely tipping down. He was on slicks, worn slicks, and yeah, just one of those things, sadly. So we got Clockwork in 9th. It's almost like that Lambo is sort of from Tron. The kind of livery he's got on it. Lovely stuff, Clockwork. Well done. Piccoli! He probably didn't have quite the race he was hoping to have, given the start.
No, it's been a bit of a quiet race for him.
And Darley Boy, of course, the less he says.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be amazingly surprised if he doesn't attend the driver interviews post-race, because I think he'd have an awful lot to say about it. Oh, not a nice thing to say about it anyway, but
this will be
one of those things. One of those things.
Carted to the races that are not long remembered for him.
So, yes, it's interesting you say about Spinal Tap. You know they're making another one, or have made another one.
Oh, no, I mean, it's just, don't. Please,
but they have. They've done it.
Have they?
Yes, and it's due for release very shortly. And I'm full of trepidation, because they look bloody ancient. I mean, it was released in 1981, I think, or something.
I mean, maybe they're going to do a sort of like a Rolling Stones type thing, where they're making just taking a piss out of the fact they are octogenarians trying to be young rock and rollers. But
Spinal Tap is probably my favourite film of all time, and I approach going to watch it with great trepidation. And if they ruin it, I may have to hire assassins, because I feel that strongly about it, frankly. But okay, we got Dan, and let's get back onto the racing. We got Dan, 5.2 seconds ahead. He's 2 laps from home, or a lap and a half, anyway. Murdoch in the Purple Warrior, coming down the straight. 5.5 seconds behind, and we got slowest engine. So these two have shown the field a clean pair of hills. We've got slowest engine in 3rd, who's 0.7 ahead of Cassini with 2 laps to go. I mean, this brilliant stuff.
Cassini's on the softer compound, so
yeah, this is absolutely superb. And
I think slowest engine's going to be struggling to keep him behind for best part of 2 laps.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree.
It's not like you can make that Suzuki look big and scary in some ways, can it? I mean, it's you look at it compared to the Mercedes, and it's just like a Tonka toy.
It's absolutely tiny, isn't it?
Use the eyes, slowest engine. Use the eyes. Hypnotise Cassini behind you. Is my pathetic suggestion.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to give up without a fight, but I can only see one.
There's only one outcome here, I think. They both keep it on the back stuff.
Bill is a wily fox, and will just be biding his time. If he gets round to this position next lap, and he's still behind, he might be thinking of doing something a little bit more desperate.
He's picked up a penalty.
Oh, ouch! Okay,
that's all she rode.
That's that done then.
That's it.
Okay, so we got
Cassini will be delighted with that.
Yes, he will.
He just needs to stay on his tail, quite literally.
Because he's stopped as well. Yes, quite.
Oh, but he doesn't want to wait. He's gone and taken him on the chicane.
Lovely.
That's it. Through he goes. Nicely done.
Wrenchy in 5th. We have Whippy Sausage, who's pulling in and pulling in and pulling in. What's Wrenchy on? He's on. Oh my God! Look how quick he's got through those.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, he's got 2 laps to go and 5.3 seconds. So I would err on the side of caution, Wrenchy, if I were you. I'd probably
that's going to be
drive within yourself. Don't go mad, because if that front left goes, which with all you know.
I mean, you can't turn.
Just
Look
thought
at him. You
you-
can't
look at-
turn
you-
around that last corner at all.
That thing is going to be
It's
an
just-
absolute
no.
bloody nightmare.
I
Break
think Whippy
early.
Sausage is going to be.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, he's put it in. Put it in.
But still, cracking first race for Renchi, and both of those chaps really took advantage. And I think Orca as well of timing that pit stop and the wet stint very well.
And I think with it,
So that's
you know,
made a difference.
it's always a difficult race to have your first one in when it's there's such a mix of weather conditions and tyre compounds and frankly driving conditions. So super stuff, Renchi. Well done.
So Scarlett is trying to gain a place at the end onto Orca, but I don't think there's been much chance of that. His tyres looking in worse wear.
Oh Christ, where's Dan?
Oh,
Just
Dan's
missed him.
gone across the line. Oh dear, sorry Dan.
That's all right. Oh, he's used to it by now. He knows how bloody
Well done,
hopeless
Dan.
I am. There was some racing, Dan. We had to look at that, I'm afraid. But congratulations on your win and well done, Murdoch. Beautiful stuff. And what was a very tricky race. So we got Cassini coming through up towards the I can't remember what the chicane's called now.
Lefty righty.
The Advan chicane or something like that. Something weird. Lovely stuff for Bill. Through he goes.
Orca is coming on the back of Renchi. Yeah, again, can only see one winner here.
So is this
Renchi
chicane
desperately
as
trying to turn
well?
left with nothing on that tyre at all.
So Cassini coming through to take the final
Sorry, turning right. Oh, he's going to lose
position.
2 places.
Beautiful. Well done. Whippy
Scarlett- oh,
Sausage coming through
Scarlett.
to fifth.
Scarlett has just made a blinding move to take past Orca and Renchi in
Oh,
one.
hang on. Let's see if we can have a look at that.
And it's starting to rain.
Well, it's a bit bloody late for that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's done two there. Scarlett's done two for the price of one. Beautiful
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
Can Renchi hold it for the last corner? No, he can't. He can't turn right on that tyre at all.
Cannot turn.
Oh,
No, bad luck. Bad luck, Renchi. That was
But still,
left and right.
cracking finish.
now, fast you check.
Oh, very good.
Here comes Clockwork. Well done. Abdicali. God, he's got his brake balance all the way forward. Is that why? Is it? Certainly wearing the front tyres quickly, but fantastic stuff, everyone. Well done.
I enjoyed that one.
Very good. Very good. Okay, mate. Yeah, no worries, Andy. Yeah, hell of a race for you tonight. But I'm not surprised, mate. Deep breaths, and I'll see you tomorrow for our march to triumph in the Manufacturers Team Cup. Right, so our finishing, our final standings for this evening. Gen X Racing Group 4 90-mile challenge, season 14, round 2. In first, it's Dan in them again. Best lap of 206.1. Congratulations, Dan. Well done. In second, Murdoch in the Nissan Silvia, a 204.7. Fastest lap of the race by some distance, by the look of it. Well done, Murdoch. Third, Cassini. Beautiful race with slowest engine there towards the end. Absolutely fantastic stuff. In the SLS, a 206.8. In fourth, slowest engine in the Swift. Another strong showing from the Suzuki this week. A 207.07. Lovely stuff, slowest engine. Whippy Sausage in fifth in the Lambo. Best lap of 205.7. In sixth, Scarlett with an unbelievable, worldy move, frankly. It went past Orca and Renchi on one of the final corners. Absolutely wonderful. So in sixth, best lap of 206.0. In seventh, it's Orca in the Chevrolet Corvette, a 207.2. In eighth, Renchi, whose tyres were absolutely bloody useless at the end there. Bad luck, but a fantastic first race with his mate. Well done. a 207.7. In ninth, Clockwork in the Lambo, a 208.0. In 10th, Bigoli in the Alpha 155, a 206.1. And 11th, Darley Boy, who, I think him and Bigoli, and I think Clockwork as well, took a risk going on slicks from the word go. It didn't quite pan out for them. So bad luck, chaps. But Darley Boy's best lap, a 205.1. So I think it's the second fastest lap of the race. Indeed. So well done. Well done. Okay. Right, well, that's that. If anyone's available for a chat. Does anyone want to chat? I know what, I'll start inviting people, see if they... Hang on. You still there, Rob? Or have you fallen asleep?
Sorry, I was just bored of you. I'm still here.
Can't blame you for that. Well, I'll start inviting people, see if they want to jump in.
Yeah, because I think Andy would normally have
Andy would
a group chat over, but obviously he's not joining tonight, so you might have to invite folks in manually for this one.
I don't know how many.
Can I invite people as well, or I don't know?
Yeah, of course. Maybe sausage.
What we got? Yeah, Murdoch, Cassini, Clockwork, Orca, Slowest Engine, Wrenchy.
Clockwork, Dargo Boy doesn't want to join, which is absolutely fair enough. No Sammy tonight. Scarlet's left. Sheerduck, no. What's happened to Teeper? Teeper, if you are listening,
yeah, that's true.
Please get in touch. I have pinged you a. Thingy. How do I do friend requests? Because I didn't Wrenchy's on, but can I just go onto his thingy and view profile, user page?
I think you might have to be friends with him first. That's a bum.
That's a bum.
Yeah, sorry.
Hello.
Hello, Dan.
Hello. Someone, I think it's Spinny, has started a party with everyone else in it already. I don't know if it's easier.
Oh,
to join
okay,
that
fab.
one.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll do that, mate. No
all
worries
right,
at all.
okay,
I couldn't see it. Yeah, cheers, bud.
Yeah, all right, bye.
See you there.
Middle stiff.
Yeah.
No,
Hello!
Matt's here now. Big good, everyone.
Hello.
Has anyone befriended Wrenchy?
He's asking to be invited.
Right.
Paul will have done because he's desperate for any friends he can get.
I just tried to add him, but
I've
invited.
You've invited it.
See what I mean? See what I mean? If it's anyone you need to get hold of, just ask Paul.
Okay, well, we'll wait to see if he joins. But what a hoot that was!
What a blast!
Absolutely brilliant. I particularly, Dan, I don't know how you felt about your second pit stop, but we were having a bit of a laugh about it because you pull into the pits and then it absolutely tips down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I could see it coming as well, and I really would have liked another lap just to see what was going to happen. And it was, I didn't press the button until the car stopped, and I still wasn't really sure.
Okay.
Inters were probably the right tyre at the time, but I had a feeling they wouldn't be the right tyre for long. So I thought, I'll go mediums. I knew that Greg had gone with softs because I saw what he put on his stop the lap before. And I thought, okay, I won't be any worse off than him apart from I'm on mediums and he's on soft. So if we've both got to stop again, we've both got to stop again. But if I'd have put inters on, I knew I would have to stop again.
Yes.
So I thought, no, I'll take the chance and see if I can get it to the end on these. And I think it was the right thing to do in the end. I'll
certainly.
times to see. I don't know if it cost me a minute in the wet or not, but probably not. To be fair, it dried up quick. So
it certainly did.
40 seconds, Dan. I come out the pits. I was 44 seconds behind you, so within 5.
Yeah.
I was on intermediates, but then you started pulling away and it dried up, and then I had to pit again. Then.
Yeah, I think probably mediums probably was the right choice, but it's such a gamble at the time.
The slicks, the dry tyres was the right move then.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think we only had about one lap where we were really compromised by them.
Yeah, it was a fantastic race, Dan. It really was. It was absolutely super to watch. And congratulations on your win, sir. Well done.
Thank you. Well done, Greg. And Bill as well on the podium. It was lovely racing with Greg at the start, so I've just got to say it was really good fun. Really nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed that as well.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was proper side-by-side racing. That was
cool. There wasn't any contact, was there? I do think there was.
Don't think so.
No,
I think
so.
The occasional little thing, but it wasn't, anything
nothing that cost
too
anyone any time.
No, it was just sort of neck for neck stuff. Really, it was absolutely fantastic. So well done.
I can't wait to watch this one. It's good.
Sorry to just interrupt 1 second, Rob. Can you friend Wrenchy? Because I think he can't see it because you're not a friend, maybe.
Yeah, I've just tried to send a friend request.
No worries. We can't do much more.
It won't let me because of his.
Yes, it's the same. I've just tried to send him a message. All right.
Same.
Sorry, Mark. Carry on.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I will. But Murdoch, fantastic race tonight, mate. Absolutely super stuff. And as Dan was saying, just wonderful racing between the two of you. Particularly at the beginning, it was absolutely brilliant. Well, a few more in the mix as well, frankly, but it was wonderful stuff.
Yeah, that it was the second stop when it started to rain. So I was just like, oh, for God's sake, I'm in a rear-wheel drive car, I'm going to spin, and it happened. And Dan just went, see ya!
I saw it as well. I saw it, and I needed it when it happened.
Yeah.
I was praying for it.
I was 11 and a half seconds behind when I finally got back on pace. And then at the end, I was only 4 seconds behind. I was going, go on, make a mistake, please make a mistake. But well done, man, well done.
Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. So, I thought it was interesting rain setting. I thought the sort of on-off bit. It was kind of nice, particularly from our point of view. We didn't, because we couldn't see the weather radar, so we had no idea what was coming. And as I say, when Dad pulled into pit the second time and it tipped down, we were apoplectic, really. It was wonderful. We thought, okay, well, what's he going to choose? Has he picked the right thing? But clearly did. So beautiful stuff.
I think it helped for Dan because he was in that front-wheel drive car.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
It's really safe in the wet. It's not quite.
It's a lot more comfy than a rear-wheel drive, isn't it?
Oh, that it is.
I touch curbs, and it wasn't going to split me off. I might go wide, but it wasn't going to spin me. Whereas Murdoch was probably having to be really careful. And I thought, okay, that it sort of helps me out. So I'll take advantage of it while I can.
No, fair play, man.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic stuff. Well done, you two. And moving on to the final podium sitter for this evening, Cassini. Good evening, sir, and congratulations. Great tussle with slowest engine towards the end there, even though you were doing your best to give it away with a multitude of penalties.
There's only 2 of them. But yeah, great battle at the end with the slowest. Really enjoyed that. But great race. Enjoyed the race from start to finish. Like I say, the weather had something to it. I don't know if it was a right way or the wrong way. I mean, I went opposite to the front 3 at the time and put intermediates on and closed up massively. Got up to second, closed up on Dan, but then it dried up again. So
it does dry out very quickly, doesn't it? It does dry out very quickly.
We got 4 or 5 laps out of it, but once there was no more on the radar, it was a case of get in. And I think the 2 strategies, I don't think any of us lost the position where we were before it rained, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we were all there or thereabouts anyway. So yeah, now it's good to do. Dan, can you save me the replay to your GT7 page? Thank you.
I have done, yeah. It's already shared,
manage
actually.
to do it. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, it's done.
Thank you.
Too busy celebrating.
Too busy celebrating, yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, well done, Cassini. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Slowest engine. It's becoming a bit of a habit talking about you finishing up the top end of the field. Congratulations. The cat machine worked for you again this evening. Beautiful stuff.
Yes.
Beautiful stuff.
It seems to, yeah.
Lovely.
I quite like the little Swift. It's not a bad little car, really.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it was going through the front tyres like I don't know what, but...
yeah, that's middle stint. I'm normally a bit better than that, but I was struggling, but I was pushing as well, so...
Okay.
It could have been worse, so...
Okay, well, fantastic finish, and as I say, it was a great race between you and Cassini at the end there.
Yeah, that was
it was really good stuff.
I picked up that penalty, and that was that, really, which was slightly frustrating. I knew once he was past me, I had no chance, really, so...
Well,
it was brilliant.
He did sort of return the favour earlier on by racking up 3.5 seconds, 3.5 seconds worth of penalties to make a race of it.
Caught me up again.
Yes, well, I think he was always getting, wasn't he? But fantastic stuff, mate. Well done.
Brilliant, thank you.
Brilliant
well
stuff.
done, buddy.
Well done.
Yeah,
and
well done to you as well, mate.
I think Clockworks sacked it off for this evening. So Walker, good evening, sir. How are you,
mate? You all right?
Yeah, all good. How are you? Great race tonight. There was so much ebbing and flowing. It was a great race to watch. Because, with the different tyre strategies, the weather being all over the shop, it was absolutely fantastic. And, fantastic finish for you. Well done.
So I was in 11th for qualifying for most of it. I was just like, oh my God, this is going to be awful. And then managed to get up to about 8th or 9th, I think, right at the end by going on to slicks. And then just kept it steady through the race. Had a cracking battle with Renchi, managed to overtake Rob while he was struggling in the wet on slicks. And then really unfortunate for Renchi, he'd opened up a bit of a gap, but I think he must have worn through his tyres.
His tyres were absolutely knackered. There was nothing left at all. So
I was closing on him, and I was holding Pascal up quite nicely, and I just took a little bit. I was a little bit too patient trying to get past Renchi, I think, because Pascal just went up the inside.
Scarlett, that move
so
was absolutely unbelievable. He went past both of you going around their corner. It was
I was thinking, well, I've got him on this next bend, so so I'll just be patient. And Scarlett just went, whoa, I'm having both of you. So fair enough. But I'm a little bit too polite sometimes. But my car was ace. I mean, I forgot to put my traction control on a little bit when it was wet. Apart from that, no mistakes at all. Really, it was solid.
Super stuff. Well done.
Really good.
Congratulations.
Looking forward to watching the replay. Yeah.
Good man. And Whippy Sausage. Sorry, I didn't see you there, bud. I do apologise for that. How you doing? Well, we won't press you on what sort of bush you're in, but we'll let you get back to that shortly. But how was the race this evening? Good man. Yeah, blame him for everything. Well, can I suggest that was a foolish endeavour? So, every day's a school day, good stuff. But you had a decent finish in the end. You fought your way back through, so good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a brilliant finish. First race on your wheel.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. How did you find? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it? Okay. Good man. Good man. Okay, fantastic stuff, and well done on your finish there. Well done. Well done. So thank you to all the drivers for their entertainment this evening. That was a really good one. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The element of peril of not being able to see what the weather was doing was added another dimension to it, which was really good. And Splatter, good. Thank you so much for your company, sir. If you're still there, he's probably knocking one out or something now.
Somebody mentioned Bush and that was it.
Yeah,
he was off.
He just can't help himself. He can't help himself. But
sounds like he has to it.
So I will say thank you to Splatter, as he's obviously got other things on his mind at the moment. So thank you to everyone. It's been absolutely superb. Justin, cheers, if you're listening, I hope you're well, my friend, and yeah, do get in touch and just let us know you're okay. And next week we're at Goodwood, which absolutely epic. Yeah. Love Goodwood. Gr4 particularly will be absolutely superb. Lots of offs, lots of golden lawnmower will be awarded next week for the person who spends the most amount of time on the grass. So we'll look forward to that. But thank you all so much, and we'll see you at the next one. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, Mark.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers, everyone. Well
Look
done.
forward to Gotwood.